So number 19 is a good example because it gives us a point. We have vector r, and it's on the coordinate plane. And so remember that we have an initial point, which would be where the dot is, or where it starts, right here. So that would be -1, -2, and our terminal point, which would be 3, 2. And when we put things in component form, you have to remember that the order will matter when you put it in there, because you're saying now your A, B, or your first one is at 0, 0. So we're just going to get our component form, and we have it in the right order now. So this would be 3 minus -1 and 2 minus -2, which comes to 4, 4. So component form is 4, 4. Our magnitude of r is equal to the square root of 16 plus 16, which is the square root of 32, and you can take you can take 16 out, right? So that would be 4 square root of, what do you get when you take that out? Remember, this is 16 times 2, so it's the square root of 16 times 2, so it's 4 square root of 2. All right, so 4 square root of 2 is the magnitude, and the directional angle. Okay, well, this is quadrant 1, so the tangent, inverse tangent, theta is the inverse tangent of 4 over 4, or 1. So in quadrant 1, that would be at 45 degrees. So 45 degrees. So that's number 19. So number 20 gives us another graph. Again, let's look at our initial side. That would be your first point, -5, 4, because here's your dot, and down here's your arrow. And the other point, the terminal side, would be 1, -5. So if I'm doing it in component form, it'd be 1 minus -5 and -5 minus 4. So what I get is 1 plus 5, or 6, -9. So I get 6, -9. Magnitude, what was this called? W? Okay, this is ray W. So the magnitude of W is equal to the square root of 36 plus 81, which is the square root of 117. And believe it or not now, guys, 117, 789 is divisible by 3, right? So 117 can be split up into 3 times, and then take 13 out of it, or 3 out of it. So that would be 3 times, right? With 1 left over. Or, I'm sorry, 2. So 27, so it would be 3 and 30, 3 times what is 27? 39. Take another 3 out and you get 13. So it's 3 times 3 times 13. So the square root of 70 can be simplified to 3 square root of 13. So 3 square root of 13. My brain stopped for a minute. All right, and theta is equal to the inverse tangent of -9 over 6, which we can say that is -3 halves. Okay, and we have to look at the quadrant, okay, the quadrant, and we're looking at this to tell the quadrant. That would be quadrant 4, right? So we have to keep that in mind when we take the inverse tangent of -3 halves. So -3 divided by 2 is -56.31. Okay, now that is a negative in quadrant 4. So if you want to have it as a positive, you would do 360 minus 56.31. And so you get 303.69 degrees. All right, so that was number 20, and the next video will have the last two problems.